Back in the gold rush days, this elaborate dam was built to supply water to the township of Kintore, north of Coolgardie. There's nothing left of the town now, and this is what remains of the dam, their water supply. Since then the big boys have moved in and moved quite a bit of earth to find the gold they missed. Kintore Dam, north of Coolgardie. Credo Station Homestead. Not run as a station anymore. It was sold twice. I think it started as a station around about 1903 by some fella that come from South Australia. Originally run cattle, then turned to sheep. It's now run by National Parks and Wildlife. You can camp here. The old relics here at the shearing shed on Credo Station. Nice little breeze blowing now because it's 38 degrees. What an interesting piece of machinery. What I call a reaper binder. Used to cut the crop off at ground level and bind it into sheaths. Then you'd have to go along with a cart and pitchfork, chuck them up onto the cart, stack them on the cart, the sheaths, and then go and stack them in a hay shed. Either that or thresh the wheat out of them, grain out of them. Probably once a year, used to jump on the horseback, go riding around the station, mustering up all the sheep, bring them back to here, run them up that little race there, the skinny yard, and draft them off with a gate at the end into different sizes, rams, ewes, lambs. Then I'd run them up here, store them in here out of the weather, let them cool down a bit, roll them up just for your race into the Holden pens. And from here in the Holden pens they used to go into these little yards here known as the catching pens, where the shearers would come off the board, select a sheep, roll it over and drag it out and shear it, get all the wool off it. And they'd have rouseabouts picking up the wool once the shearer had finished a clip. The shearer would push him down this here race into his yard, because they've got to count them so they know how many each shearer saw, so he could get paid accordingly. The rouseabout would pick up the fleece, come over here, fling it over this wool table, pick all the dirty bits off the edges, then roll it up. The wool classer would class the wool and you'd chuck it in one of these little pens here. And from there they'd go and get baled. A bit of a picture there of what it used to be like. The presser had a bag of jute, probably back then, in this wool press. You'd go to whichever one you was using and pick out the fleeces out of one of these and whack it in this bag that was inside this press, stamp it down and eventually put that piece in on the top there and jack it down to compress it, then seal it up with clips and roll it out and paste on a stamp on the side of it whatever sort of wool it was or whatever grade. This has an actually interesting little bit of gear here is for mulesing. no doubt you've heard a lot about. Great wool shed. Once the sheep were shorn, to finish off the process, they used to run them down this race here into this tank looking setup. Fill this up, close the door, start up a motor used to be on here, a pump, which pumped a chemical out of here into the spray set up in here. This little top piece used to go round and round in circles, spraying from the top, and down underneath used to spray up underneath. This chemical used to kill any bugs like lice, ticks, or any maggots they might have had under their wool. Then once that was finished, I let them drain off a bit, open up the other door on the other side, run them out here onto the concrete area, and that all the stuff used to drain off them and go back into that pit there. Then they'd let them out into these yards and either let them back out into an area they wanted them to go, otherwise they'd send them off to market. Nice shady tree, that one. I think it's called a native willow. Credo shearing shed. Back in the day, when they were running the sheep, the station owner bought these buses for the Aboriginal employees, so they didn't have to camp under the trees, they camped in these buses. Nice thing for him to do. This lake is supposedly a freshwater lake. It sits above the salt flat. Now that the water's right out, we can see this boiler. Where that came from or what it's doing there. But there's a channel that runs from this lake